Wipe on, wipe off. Wipe on, wipe off.
What are you doing, honey?
Oh, I'm practicing karate.
I thought you were washing a car.
No, I'm helping Mr. Miyagi. He says if I do this every day, it'll help me become a master of karate.
Wow.
He's my teacher, and I'm his disciple.
What's a disciple?
Oh, come over here, I'll let you know. Yeah, so a disciple is someone that learns from their master. They do this by helping them out, working with them, and in the process, they learn about how to be the master themselves.
Oh, like a student.
Yeah, like a student. And today we're talking about Jesus' disciples. His disciples helped him with his ministry, and in the process, they grew their hearts to become more like God.
Wow. Welcome back, everyone. We're so excited to have you back to Hatched, episode 4. Today is all about Peeps.
Ooh, my peeps. Jesus had his people all around him that learned from him, grew with him, loved him, and shared his message with the whole wide world.
Join us. Here we go.
Jesus' disciples were regular people. They weren't the greatest religious teachers. They weren't great politicians. They had no power or great authority. They were just people willing to follow him. You see, as Jesus walked around, he looked for people that were willing to work with him, to spread his message. He wanted the whole world to know about God and his coming kingdom of heaven. So he looked for people that could help him in this. The first disciples he found were just out there fishing, throwing their nets when Jesus came up to them and asked them, "Would you like to become fishers of men?"
In fact, in Matthew 4:18-20, it says, as Jesus was walking beside the Sea of Galilee, he saw 2 brothers, Simon called Peter and his brother Andrew. They were casting a net into the lake, for they were fishermen. "Come, follow me," Jesus said, "and I will make you fishers of men." At once they left their nets and followed him. Jesus asked his disciples to stop fishing for fish and instead become fishers of men, of people. This means he wanted his followers to find people, connect with them, and reel them into a relationship with God.
As Jesus went around sharing his message of hope and sharing about the coming kingdom, he found disciples to help him in his work. There were 12 disciples that were his primary disciples. Here are their names. There was Peter, and there was his brother Andrew. James, the son of Zebedee, his brother John, Philip and Bartholomew. There was Thomas and Matthew, James and Thaddeus, Simon and Judas. These are the 12 disciples of Jesus. Brain break! Hey kids, welcome back. We're going to play the Peeps in a bowl. Let's see who can get their peeps in the bowl fastest. Are you ready?
Yes.
On your marks, get set, go! Boom!
Ah!
Good job! On your marks, get set, go! Good job, honey, you win. Hey, so what made these disciples so great? Was it their great knowledge or their great power? No, it was simply they responded to the call of God. Sometimes we get too busy that even when God calls us or we feel like we should help someone, we don't always act on it. The disciples showed us that acting on this impulse to give, this impulse to love, this impulse to help is the most important factor.
That's right. And Father Moon once said, how many people are really listening for the voice of God? These ears of ours do not mean much, nor these eyes serve any useful purpose, unless we have spiritual eyes and spiritual ears. Jesus said in Matthew 11:15, "He who has ears to hear, let him hear." And he said to his disciples, "But blessed are your eyes, for they see, and ears, for they hear the voice of God."
God has a special calling for your life. If you listen for his voice and look for his signs, you can find ways to serve where you're at. For each one of us, we need to prepare our hearts to receive these messages. We do this in 2 ways. It's called a foundation of faith and foundation of substance. Foundation of faith means building a relationship with God, building a personal connection with him, so that when you hear his voice, you know what to look for. The second is a foundation of substance. This means you don't only hear his voice, but you act upon it. When you see an opportunity to serve others, love others, and live for the sake of others, you do it. When you have a foundation of substance and a foundation of faith, God lives in your heart and you can do great things together with Him.
So we invite you to do two things. Invite God to be a part of your life and work on your relationship with your Heavenly Parent. Maybe through prayer, maybe through studying His words, and then actionize it. Put it into action. Share with others. Love others the way that Jesus and His disciples did. We want to prepare our hearts and ourselves for Easter. It's not only a time to have a lot of fun finding a bunch of little eggs, but it's really a time to remind us of new life.
And we make this foundation in your life, you prepare yourself to receive God's blessings and to live for Him. You can be a disciple when you choose to love God. We thank you so much for joining us, and we hope that you can do your best in being a disciple of love.
That's right. Thanks for being with us as we learned about Jesus' peeps.
Thanks so much, boys and girls. Have a great week.
And don't forget to like, share, follow, subscribe with someone else. Bye!